Hello, welcome to my channel, The Sharpest Teeth. My name is Saturn, and I'm here. And I'm doing my best in this world. Doing the best I can right now. I'm feeling a little under the weather, and I think it's because I'm not exercising enough. But also I've been journaling. I've been connecting with my higher powers. I've been writing again and creating again, and all of that's really great. And I'm not exactly living up to my potential. I'm struggling with my mental and physical health. But your girl is medicated now. For real this time. I mean, I was on some antidepressants before, but they were not doing the job, okay? And I got other stuff going on. I got other stuff going on up in here, and then also in my body. We got the Baron of Swords, defeat, cowardliness, injury, and Queen of Swords, trickery, a capable woman, downfall of your enemies. So, the way that I'm interpreting this is that it's actually about to come to an end, this time of cowardliness that you might be experiencing. I also, like, my understanding of sword signs is, like, they're very much, like, they're ready to fight, okay? Like, I mean, look at that, right? They're ready to fight, or they've been fighting, okay? They've been fighting, and I think that, like, some of y'all have been fighting yourselves, and you're ready to, it's interesting. It's like this backwards way of life, which is, it's 222 as I'm recording this. This backwards way of life that we have in the world, the way that the world works, right? We surrender, and then things start working out for us, right? Like, so if I am, like, fighting myself and my depression or whatever it is, or I'm, like, fighting this situation that I'm in, it's just gonna keep on being like that. But as soon as I surrender and accept, okay, this is actually the way it is, right? Okay, actually, maybe I can't see everything going on. Maybe I don't actually know everything. And maybe I'm just in my head here, and I'm hurting myself more than I'm hurting anybody else. And as soon as you, like, can accept that, that's when you can actually move on. And I think also that there is some gossip happening around you. There is some, like, slanderous talk, and this could be you, but I don't think it is. I really don't think it is, especially with, like, the downfall of your enemies piece right here. I really feel like people been talking shit a little bit around you, okay? And it's possible, right, that you created this situation, or, like, instigated it, or whatever, or, like, not, I don't actually think that's true. I don't think you created the situation. What I think is, I think that you instigated this with your behavior and your words, and, like, the ways that you have been fighting and in, like, turmoil with yourself and with others, and, like, you know that people are talking shit about you, and it's just been driving you fucking crazy. And eventually, when you stop caring, when you realize that, like, that actually has no real consequences for you, like, and people are just gonna do their own thing and understand whatever, how they understand it, that's when it's gonna start to work out a little bit better, right? Like, you can just kind of let them talk themselves into whatever they're gonna do, right? Like, that doesn't actually have anything to do with you. Other people's opinions of you are none of your business, okay? That's too many cards. Okay, but we got the King of Books in reverse. Hidden knowledge, a wise counselor, old age. King of Books in reverse. Okay. This is related to what I was talking about like not fully listening to my higher power when I'm like, because I journal. That's how I communicate. That's how I like really get in touch with my intuition. And it's possible, right, that there is some knowledge that you are ignoring or like willfully in denial of, right? So you're refusing that intuition and that knowledge by not acting. It's also possible that you are stuck in your like doom scrolly ways. You could be avoiding reality through reading or learning even. Like, it's totally possible that you are the way that you are coping with this shit that is outside of your control right now is through like trying to learn as much as you possibly can. But I'm also kind of getting that you're not really retaining a whole lot of it. Or is that just me? Is that just me and my, you know, new meds? Who knows? But yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting is like you're either kind of distracting yourself with a hobby and not listening to your intuition or taking heed of like what is real. Ascent of the Blessed and Baron of Skates in reverse. Troublemaker, confidence, fun, and enjoyment in reverse. Rebirth, recognition, assistance, and promotion. Okay. Yeah. The fairies are for sure around you. And I think like we're trying to kind of just like learn how to, there we go. We're trying to learn how to have fun. But we're going through this huge transformation, this huge transition, this huge initiation period. Like, we've walked through a new gateway here. And it's almost like I don't know who I am, right? Like, you've walked through this gateway and you're like, wait a second. Like, who am I if I'm not focusing on this shit that I can't control, and I'm not distracting myself with whatever it is I'm distracting myself with? Like, who is this person? And how am I supposed to have fun when I keep falling on my ass, right? Like, I keep thinking that I have figured it out and know what to do, but then I try to get up and I fall on my ass again. Right? And it's like, this isn't actually fun. I'm not having any fun. But we have, I think like you have the fairies in your corner. Some of us, we have the fairies in our corner, trying to teach us how to have fun through that learning process and through the hurt of falling on your ass over and over again, you know? We also have the Queen of Books upright, intelligence, advice, intuition, and observation. Okay, so we have the Queen of Books upright here, and then the King of Books. Come on here. Whatever. Was in reverse. It's like such good quality image, and then there we go. Here it is. Okay. Hello. Hi. So, Queen of Books, you can see, and then the King of Books, only he was upside down. So, again, there's something that is kind of like out of alignment. And it's interesting. Like the Queen of Books, she looks kind of bored, honestly. And I think that it's, again, I think it's like this, you're not going to get away with doing the same old thing that you've been doing, because you already walked through that threshold. You walked through that gateway. You decided that you were going to go through this initiation, and there's no turning back after that. So you're on a new path, and you're trying to do the same old thing, right? Like you keep getting up and falling on your ass. So maybe it's time to just sit for a little while and like take in your surroundings, actually, instead of distracting yourself and ignoring the signs, the external intuition. You know, we've talked about this before on this channel. The external intuition is things like if I'm trying to drive in a certain direction, and then like there's like I have a story time. One time I was trying to go to the movies, and the road was closed to the movies, and so I adjusted and I went and I took another route, and then that road was closed to the movies, and then I tried a third time, and like, guess what? The road was closed, and I just went home. Because that's like external intuition, right? That's like there are things popping up in your real life that are telling you, sometimes literally, hey, go in a different direction, okay? Like this is not the direction that you're meant to go. Or it's like, you know, you hit 5 green lights in a row and you're like, oh, obviously I should be going in this direction, right? Or you're seeing 222 or like whatever, you're seeing all those angel numbers and you're like, yeah, that's it. This is it. I am on the right path. I'm doing the right thing. Whatever that is, try not to read too much into it. I try not to. Yeah. But right, like one of the words on here is observation. So maybe it's time to sit and observe and look at your surroundings before deciding on what your next move is, because you're in a completely different territory now, right? And this involves being awake, okay? This involves being awake and taking note of your surroundings. This is like mindfulness meditation, but then also like full body awareness and just awareness of what's happening around you. It's not the distraction that I was talking about here, right? Okay. Some of you may be in a relationship with somebody who is distracted right now, and that might be a little bit frustrating for you. Or you're the distracted one, or both. You know, it happens. Sometimes, like, we go in and out of these states of, like, oh, I am totally aware of what's happening. And other times it's like, I don't want to be aware of what's happening, right? There's a balance to be had there. And then, what's on the table? It's a flower. There's a flower on the table. There's a little dog in the... There's like bones or something. I don't know. There's a lot going on here in this Queen of Books picture, actually. Yeah. Either way, I think you might be thinking too much. I think you're giving a little bit too much gravity to your thoughts, okay? Take a break from that old noggin of yours, okay? Because I think that there are things that they're gonna come up for you. Do some things that really bring you into the flow and that bring you into the present moment, where you are fully there, not a lot of distractions. I was thinking like a bath. I think, a bathtub meditation might be a good one. Going on a walk, leaving your phone at home, going on a walk, being outside. The fairies are for sure, like, they love it when we go outside and spend time in nature. They are like the ultimate proprietors of touching grass. And they've been really active recently. So I don't know. I think like some of them are trying to get your attention. And this could be in a lot of different ways. This could be happening where they're trying to get your attention. Like 3 different cards just fell out. Okay, and these were like this. Okay. The Christ child, birth, children, learning, new beginnings, right? Okay, they're like, yeah, you're just a little baby right now, okay? This is your first time in this life going down this path. Maybe in any life going down this path for some of us, but for most of us, it's just in this life. This is our first time going down this path. And we still got our training wheels on. Okay? We still got our training wheels on. We don't know what type of healing we will or will not bring into this journey. King of Birds, purification, work, unending activity with the Lovers in reverse. Okay, so those of you who are in a relationship and it's feeling like a little bit unaligned, I think one of you or both of you are like kind of preoccupied with all of this work that you got going on, and all of this work that you're like creating for yourself as well, in order to distract yourself from how the work is feeling to you. Okay. It's interesting because, again, remember like that oxymoronic nature, the contradiction of things. Like, I think that it's also, oh, did I have this? No, I was looking at them upside down. It's also possible, right, that you are ignoring the work that could be done here. Purification, work, unending activity. I think there's a lot of like, just sit down, just take a seat and take a look around and like meditate and stop trying to like force things to happen. Because I know like things are going to be happening no matter what, but I think part of it too is that like healing takes time and progress takes time. And sorry, I don't know why my camera is moving so much. Progress takes time, and we have to be patient with ourselves and present with ourselves and patient with each other and present with each other as much as possible. Otherwise, what are we doing, right? We're just kind of feeding into this machine that wants us to keep going as fast as we can, to stay as distracted as possible at all times, to make sure that we're being productive at all times. And like, our job is to strike a balance, okay? Like, we are being inundated with this just horrible shit that is happening in the United States right now, right? And in the world. And it's just like one freaking thing after another. And the playbook, right, is to desensitize us to these things and to keep us too exhausted to stand up for anything. So we are overworked and oversaturated with emotionally exhausting news. and then we don't have energy or emotional capacity to be with ourselves or be with our loved ones. And so then we want to distract ourselves, right? And then we're like using AI to outsource our thinking because we don't even have the energy to show up for our jobs because everything is so exhausting. And we are just like outsourcing our lives and our existence to consumption, to like the other things, whatever it is, right? Like AI or just like social media or all of this shit. It's like this big cycle of garbage. And yeah, like we're experiencing these new health problems, like historically in human history, we're experiencing these new health problems from like being in offices and being on screens too long and like not moving around or doing any type of physical labor. So like, again, I would just say like move around, don't be like me and like sedentary and then get sick. Okay. Move your body as much as possible, go outside, be in community with people, meditate, build your capacity to be with yourself and be with others. Okay. And do that through exercise, through movement, through curiosity, being okay with the difficulty of learning and not knowing what to do next. Be with the frustration, be with the boredom, okay? This is what keeps our brains alive and functioning, okay? Okay? Great. Cool. I'm gonna watch this again later so that I can hear this message, because I need this message, because that's always how it goes, okay? I always need this message that I give to y'all that I'm here doing, okay? And try not to get in my head. I'll try to just like do this stuff. I don't want to be scared all the time. And so in order to not be scared, I need to build my capacity to do hard things, which includes doing the things that are hard until they're not so hard. And then I do harder things, right? That's what we do. That's what we are. That's what we're here to do as people. We're here to learn and to challenge ourselves. And otherwise it's boring. And why the fuck are we here doing anything ever? All right. I'm going to get off my soapbox. And I'm getting top surgery in a couple months. That's a thing that's happening. So I don't know what that means or what that will look like. That's going to be a new journey for me, especially in the world that we are in right now. I feel like it's a necessity. I feel like I'm like, well, better do it now or not ever. Even though I'm in California, like the laws that are being passed right now are scary, okay? And I don't want to be scared. I don't want to live in fear, and I don't want to live the way that people are dictating to me and saying that I need to live a specific way in order to be worth anything. Otherwise, I'm whatever. I don't believe all that garbage that they're trying to peddle. Okay? I'm not buying it. I simply am not buying it. Okay. I hope this message resonated with you. If it did not, fuck it. Go find a different message. And I'll see you again another time.